Whoa, this is the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. So we're over in the valley. I got Owl sleeping in the car right there. And the hologram just went into the Iguana vintage clothing store on a random business assignment, and we decided to stop at this rad vintage clothing store here. The hologram insists that I get some new Western shirts for myself. She don't like me wearing t-shirts anymore. That's cool. You like my Prada sunglasses, dude? You know, it's this thing where, like, I realized I can totally be eccentric now. I think it took a while for the reality to grow on me as the Mr. Mom. The mullet definitely has set me free to be the freak that I want to be. And so yeah, we're doing it, and the hologram was like, look, man, if you're gonna do it, dude, you gotta not do it in t-shirts. And I was like, because I don't normally wear t-shirts. It's this thing I started doing as a dad, or like I was always like a wear a button down kind of guy, like, you know, short sleeves, but whatever, like a collared shirt kind of guy. Because it was always because, you know, oh, whoa, here we go.
Okay, so there's this one.
Yeah.
That's a large. I think you should just do all short sleeved.
Maybe.
That one.
I'm a big fan of the ones with the gold, the sparkly
The
stuff.
sparkles. Okay, fine. Okay, so this one has the sparkles.
That one's a winner. That one's a winner too.
This one.
You just put them in a spot. Okay. All right.
So you want me to try and find more with the sparkles?
I'm a sparkles kind of guy.
How many? Do you want one long sleeved?
Maybe. Just put some there on the side, and I'll come in and really suss it out. I'm a sparkle kind of guy. Yeah, so where was I? That's what's going on. We got the bird here sleeping. We're taking turns at the thrift store doing the thing. So, right, it's been a journey. We had a tough couple days this week, man. I blew some things with the minigram, and, you know, Mom definitely wasn't stoked about my actions, and then the snowball took effect, and so here we are, right? Like, regrouped, getting back down to basics. Like sometimes, like, I think, like, for me, again, when life's going really pretty good is probably when it gets its sketchiest. Is when it's like danger's truly knocking at your door. When life looks like easy street, there's danger at your door, right? And so, like, you know, things have been on a big upswing. Whereas for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So for a big upswing, there's got to be some sort of downswing. And that can be many different things in life, and some of them are really bad. And so this one, I think, is like a, what do they call it when to relieve the pressure off a thing, like a controlled demolition, in the sense of, like, it wasn't planned or anything like that, but it's like it was enough of a kerpuff to have everyone like, whoa, what are we all doing? What's going on? Because I think, you know, like, it's hard. It's hard being a family. It's hard, all the dynamics and moving pieces of, especially a mixed family, and you know, you forget the joy. That's what the hologram had a lot to say. Is like, we've kind of like, where's our joy? Where's the laughter? And so through chaos, regrouping again, like taking I can only take responsibility for my actions and who I am. But then again, like we talked a lot about it, is part of my character defect is that I will build a wall around myself and kind of shut off the world and sort of go into isolation mode, even in the midst of a living room full of the people I love. And then that gets me caught, and then I get frustrated and angry at what's this wall, what's this barrier between us, and then I get short and frustrated and angry, and then that causes the wall to get built on the other side, and mutually assured destruction ultimately. So I, taking responsibility for myself and realizing that, one part of who I am is like, I'm a person who builds walls around myself to keep myself insulated from my own uncomfortable reality. And so what was going on was like, it's been, being in this dynamic as a dad and all this stuff, it can be like, I insulated myself to put my head down to do it. Like, let's be super clear. Like, part of me was just like, put your head down and let's just keep moving forward, instead of being like, again, I talk about a lot, really getting grateful. And I had to go back to realize how far I'd come. Like, it's hard to remember like that this reality that, for me again, that I'm inhabiting is a gift, that it wasn't preordained. Well, maybe it was, you could get metaphysical about it, but once upon a time, like, my life was very, very much like a starving, scrawny dog. And now I'm a full, healthy dog hanging out in a house next to the hearth, and got a bowl full of food and get some milk bones and the whole thing, and some scratches behind the ear. And then I got to remember, like, oh yeah, dude, I was like a scroungy little like dog, dude, and here I am, and regroup, and you don't know how unfree you are sometimes. Like, yeah, I'm free on like a whole level here. Like, I'm not afraid to do this and all sorts of stuff. I have a savage warrior freedom, dude. But then my prison lies in this tender interaction with people, especially in my like family. Like, Owl and I are like bonded on like a deep level, but like, my wife, we choose. My stepdaughter, we choose. You know what I mean? And so I can hold back what would be called intimacy, as I've been explained by the hologram. I can be withholding of intimacy, and it's something that I don't do consciously. But again, I build a wall. I get frustrated. I isolate within my own. I isolate from myself, really. So, coming out of this here, we're reinventing ourselves again. We're getting back down to the nuts and bolts. The nuts and bolts of this dream that we're having, man. Because at the end of the day, like, if we're not laughing and smiling and holding hands and loving each other and finger popping through this dream, dude, like, what's the point, right? And it's like, oh yeah. And it's so subtle, man. It is so subtle how it just builds upon itself, calcifies, right? Like, so we're decalcifying with some vintage wear, and we're getting some goof. I think we're gonna go to like a costume shop and get some superhero costumes for me and the bird, maybe. I don't know. Like, why not, dude? I'm getting ready for the next move on the haircut here. Look at that waterfall, dude. It trips me out. But yeah. So that's what we're doing here on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks, in front of the Iguana Vintage Clothing, dude. Getting some new gear. Yeah. All right, this is the Illusion signing off.
A bunch of the short sleeve.
I got a bunch.
every
Do you
day?
need to go through the bag to make sure I did okay? This one's the best of the bunch. That's why it costs twice as much, dude. Look at that color,
So
dude.
you got a bunch of short sleeve for summer.
Yeah, dude. Look at that, dude.
Is this short sleeve?
Yeah, that's short sleeve. I love like these kind of like polyester vibes, dude. What, you don't like this shirt? Dude, look
You
at
only
that.
got a couple short sleeves.
I got 5 of them, dude. I got
One,
a bunch of shorts.
2, 3, 4 short sleeves.
I got 4 short sleeves, dude.
Okay.
Lives are gnarly, dude.
Are you filming right now?
I'm dude because I'm putting on my I'm in my
Should
new
you
vibe.
get more?
Should I get more? No.
Okay.
We'll come back. I felt bad like we should bring the minigram with
You
us.
should.
I should. She would eat this store alive.
Yeah.
Dude. Let her go in there bargain.
She's making money now.
Yeah, she is a big baller, isn't she, dude? Horse lessons.
No.
Yes, sir. What was that, Owl?
No.
Okay.